We got the Kizer. We got Dirk Pinkerton. We got the Escort. Love them knives channel. This is interesting. It's kind of a mid-sized knife. It's not a real big knife. It's got the clutch lock, which is like this access lock, but they have adjustables on here. So the Omega spring can go to, and I'll take the scale off and show you, there's different holes for adjustment on that spring, so you can make it, more intense or less intense for kicking it open here. So it'll have more pressure or less pressure when you come to releasing this, okay? So this one comes in the upgrade box, and that's because this one here's got 20 CV blade steel right that day, and aluminum, and a 3.5-inch blade, and probably 8 inches overall length. And let's find out. Let us kick it open. I thought it was 3.3. They were banging away about, that's not 3.5, it's 3.25. Was I reading it wrong? Okay, so 3.25. See, I'm going to call it more like a 3.3, but I mean, you can, make your call. It's 85 centimeter or 85 millimeters, something like that. See, 7.75 at 19.6 centimeters, so 7.75. Not quite 8 inches overall length. A little bit. I mean, it just seems bigger than a 3.25. What did they say on here again? It did say 3.5 inch, didn't it? That's interesting. There's the model number, the 4481. Good looking knife though. I like this design. And I'm trying to think, what does the blade shape remind me of? Is that like a Scandi grind? Something like that? Kind of a European grind to it. And it's got these fullers, but I don't know that I really can get to them for finger flicking. I mean, the detent is not real strong, so you can kind of dig in there and do that. But you can just, this is pretty light detent. And of course, the ambidextrous thumb studs. And here's what they look like. You've got jimping on these steel liners. So you got aluminum scale steel liners. You got jimping around here. Looks like you can dump your deep carry pocket clip on the right or the left, and you got a lanyard hole in here. Okay. But the jimping continues up out onto the blade. You have a little cutaway area here where you can kind of strop it up and you're not banging into the bolster or having any issues there. So it looks like a pretty straightforward, simple design, which is nice. I like that. And, well, let me grab this box real quick. If you're not familiar with Kizer boxes necessarily, they've changed the packaging a bit, a couple of years ago, I think, 2 maybe now. And here's the microfiber cloth and a little bit of paperwork. And then they give you a set of Omega springs. And the reason is because there's a right-hand one and a left-hand one. So if they just gave you one, it'd have to be the right hand or it'd have to be the left hand alone. So they gave you a pair of them, plus then they give you extra screws. So you've got extra hardware, which may solve your problems without having to go to the manufacturer in the future. Just pull out your extra part and go. And then, this Velcro pouch. So, I mean, it's pretty good setup. I like this. And then, of course, it's got an outer sleeve. You see what I'm saying? So it kind of keeps the shelf wear off of the inner parts, and it's real stout box too. So I mean, that's a good thing. And I'll give you the link to the Kizer site, and check it out. I mean, it's holiday time. They may be doing some additional things there that you need to check out as far as pricing goes. But here's this. Price supposed to be, you know, up to $228, but $171 because I got a discount. And here's this, and pause and serve. But of course, the Escort model number, etc. And what was I? Oh, well, there's your stats here. So here they do say 3.31, where they didn't say that, and 7.79. So that's close, right? 20 CV, 4.3. We'll see if it's 4.3. But then if you look at this online, like White Mountain Knives, LTK gives you 10% off. So you can get this one that is kind of a maroon handle with a PVC or black blade. It's a 154 cm, so that's 109. So that'd be under $100, right? All in. And then the regular one, so it's 145, so $14 off. What do you got? 130, something like that. All in on this. So don't despair going, oh, this is $200, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not. It's like 130, like $130. So that's not bad, okay? But just use that discount code LTK and you'll be okay. And yeah, I didn't give you the fatness because this thing seems kind of chunky in the hand. But look at that, 12.3, 0.48. I can't even believe that's right. But it is, okay. Isn't that strange how that calibrates? Boy, that's as thin as a paramilitary 2, Spyderco, whatever. Let's get up on here. And that's 2.6. Wow, is that going to go 2.6, 2.7, somewhere in there? 0.10. That seems thin, doesn't it? It doesn't feel thin in the hand, and I think it's because of how tall this handle is. Okay? And how tall is it? It's an inch. So it's not that tall either, but I don't know. It just feels chunky and full in the hand, but in reality, measurement-wise, it's not. And it's not that thick. A blade stock, let me see if I can just... 20 CV. Okay. I mean, it's... Okay. It's a good factory edge. It's not scary sharp, but it's good. It's there. And it's a premium steel, so really, when you clock it down to $135, I think you're in good shape. I don't mind aluminum myself for a handle material. I think there's been people in the past that have kind of said that as well. It's like, you know, what's so special about titanium? Why wouldn't aluminum work just fine? And it does. Just ask ProTech. I mean, they use it on a lot of knives, don't they? And Microtech, their OTFs, all that stuff, aluminum out the wazoo. So, yeah, I mean, it feels solid. I think these steel liners do a lot to add to that. Let's see if that's 4.3 ounces. Let's go to the 0 and let's move it here. Yeah, well, 4.24 at 120 grams. Okay, so it's not that heavy either, and it's supposedly not that thick. Why it feels chunky and full in my hand, I don't know why. I mean, the numbers don't tell me that, but the feeling does. So actually, if you look at it, what do you think about the design? I think it's fine. It's kind of, does this seem Pinkerton to you? I mean, does it really? I mean, I don't know. What does seem Pinkerton? He's doing a lot of stuff. Man, that's fidget friendly, that's for sure. You know, I guess if you have to have a front flipper and then you have to have a cutaway to flip it open, you got to have all that. But really, you've got these ambidextrous thumb studs and you got the clutch lock. And then I'm going to smack the blade right on my camera stand. Let's see how that works. But no, it's good enough for me. I don't need that many opening methods. And really, technically, if you want to, you could touch this blade because it's so easy. Oop, okay, hold on. Yeah, you can. But no, that's relatively uncomfortable and not needed anyhow. But yeah, this is a hell of a interesting knife. Now, if it came in more colors than this with the 20CV, that'd be good, but I don't need it in a frame lock. I think this clutch lock, and you know, you got the drop bear that was in the clutch lock. I did a review on that. That drop bear is a nice design as well. And so, my friends, the clutch lock continues, right? There's the drop bear. There's the Escort. What do you think? Well, the Escort's definitely bigger, isn't it? But, you know, like I was saying, I'm not sure, you know, which design I prefer. They're both pretty good, aren't they? One's the Azo design. Yeah, both interesting knives for sure. This one obviously smaller, this one bigger. Be interesting to see what else they do with this clutch lock. Ergos are good. I mean, ergos are great because there's nothing, right? It's so neutral. And, you know, you do have some jimping around here, 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 here. I mean, so you've got purchase on this. I know aluminum can be a little bit smooth and slippery, but with this here to kind of lock your finger in, and then this plus this under here, I feel pretty in control, pretty comfortable with it. Reverse grip feels good too, and yeah, you roll it over, yeah, it doesn't really flow into the bolster here. Blade to handle length, I don't know. To me, it looks like it could have been better. And maybe it could have been a 3.5, you know what I mean? As opposed to a generally 3.35 to 3.4 inch. Could it have gone to 3.5? I mean, yeah, maybe so. Let me see the drop bear. Yeah, that's a little closer, I think. But, you know, because of the clutch lock, yeah, you got that little break here. But now I think you could have put maybe a little bit more blade on this, to tell you the truth. But it's centered. It's stable. It's not wiggling around or anything. So I'll start, you know, blowing and going on this thing to tell you about, you know, I did the drop bear, okay, and I pulled it apart, but I hate doing axis lock knives. And the reason is because traditionally they don't have an opening on both sides. You know, where you can access it, you can only take the front, and then you've got this piston that goes all the way through, this piston here, and so it's a pain in the butt. But here's what happens here with the clutch lock. They give you can unscrew it from both sides, okay? So you can take both sides off, undo these, and take it apart, and then you can put it back together easy. And these are all number 8s. Wow. And let's see if we can break you. Okay. Okay, there's an internal, so let's put you there. Now, pull this and push this off. And see, it's right hand or left hand only on these Omega springs. as you lay it down, you say, well, that's putting in, and the left one will be the same as this, except it's going to go this way, not this way. So that's why you got a distinctive omega spring, one for the right, one for the left. But you see what I'm doing here? Yeah. So this should, well, it can't come off until I do this. And let's do it then. See, and then you can just take the screw off from that side. And this is the back side, so let's put the front side stuff over here. Oh, you front side guys. And here's the back side. So we're gonna, let me see if I can do that. And if, this is gonna be screwed into the liner. And so we have to take the pocket clip off. But the thing is, you can just reverse order this disassembly. The Benchmates are tougher. Okay, so you can see how these are weight relieved. Okay. Okay. And then, of course, we got a screw in here. That's a number 8. Okay. And it's not very deep. Okay. And then you got the omega spring on this side, which kicks out. And you take that off. So you got omega over there. And then this can come down, just drop out. You got it. You know what I'm saying? This is a lot easier to do. Now you got your blade stop, got everything. This is your lock side, apparently, whatever you want to call it. It's the back side. Ceramic bearings, front and back. And then, see, you just got this pivot here that has a flat spot right there. See that? And there, okay? So it's an independent with a screw. It's not a one piece or a two piece. This doesn't have a screw and then the whole pivot thing with the cap on the other end. It's independent of both screws. And that's what makes this easy to disassemble and reassemble, because you just put this between the two and then you can load it up from either side. That's different in my experience from the Benchmade axis lock, if you know what I'm saying, okay? If you've ever done an axis lock, that's a pain. So you're gonna have a little squared area on both sides, right? So this is what happens. You got your little squared area and square to square, right? Okay. Okay. And you got your wash or your bearings. Oops. Get your bearings over here. Okay. You don't want to knock it around too much because it could take off on you. But here it is. Okay. Come on. And of course you got your stop over here on this side. But what we need to do is put the bearings in on here. Do this. And then we will drop this over, and of course that flat spot will be where it needs to be because it's lined up on the other side too. Okay, so now this is where you are. Okay. And then you can connect these two sides with your little buddy here. And where are you? Oh no, but these are all number 8s. Just like that. What do you think? See? And, oops, where's our little guy? Here it is. See, now you can put your piston through and bring it around. See what I'm saying? Just like this. Okay? And there's your front Omega spring. And the thing about your clutch lock is now you got choices. You know, do you want the first position, second, third? I kind of played with it once. I didn't notice really particularly that it made a lot of difference. But then again, I guess I'd have to go to number 1 on both sides, put it back together, kind of close my eyes and feel it, and then take it apart, put it back to the last. So I'm going to just leave it in between, I guess. I think I'm good with that. And then Omega spring on this side. Okay. Pop it in. Let's go in between. Okay, like that. Okay. Now we're good. I think, let me see, what does that feel like? It feels pretty good. All right. Now we got the outer scale and a pivot screw. And an outer scale and a pivot screw. Just like that. Check that out. We're good. We're all good. We could switch the clip if we wanted to. I ain't gonna. And yeah, no attraction there with the number 8. Okay, here. All right. And on this side where it would be under the clip technically, see what I'm saying? And then we got to do the clip. And we'll drop these 2 screws right in there. And these are number 6s. Let me get them started. Okay. See? That was easy and it centered up. Okay, maybe I got that a little stiff there. Yeah, I guess, maybe. Okay. Try it again. Okay, now we're better. Yeah, don't get too enthusiastic on that. Ceramic bearings. All kinds of good, isn't it? That works great. All right. Time to escort yourself out because we're done. The Escort. Thank God it's not a Ford. Oh, had one of those. Oh my God, please save me from the 1980s. We're good with this Escort though, by the way. That's cool. Good design. Just kind of a right-sized knife and surprisingly full hand of knife, but no, it's not fat, it's not heavy, it's good. Take care, my friends. You know what we do around here. Love them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.